Welcome back to Nomad Ranch. Today, I'm going to show you a couple of really cool things. We just took a trip to Flagstaff yesterday, which was Sunday, and I picked up a couple of items that I've been waiting a little while for, mainly just the opportunity to get them out here. So I'll go ahead and show you. So the first item is this right here. It's a 2013 Chevy Malibu Eco. And here's the story on this car. My dad bought this car brand new in 2014, and unfortunately, because of health reasons, we had to put him into an assisted living home in 2014. So me and my sister decided, we talked my dad into giving my brother this car because he needed a car at that time, and you know, it was brand new. And so my brother took this car and has been driving it for the last 6 years, and now it's got 62,000 miles on it, and he decided to pass it on to me. And now I'm going to take my dad's car and put another 60,000 miles on it, and probably 6 years. To me, this is just an absolute blessing. And I'm not afraid to say it. I love my little brother. He is awesome. To do something that profoundly nice for me and Sue, and especially at a time when the Navigator's wearing out, and you know, we've had a few different expenses come up. You know, just I don't really want to go out and finance a car. It just, what a blessing. I mean, my little brother is just so awesome. And you know, any other big brothers out there know, we basically, we would do anything for our little brothers. You know, we would, you know, I'd run across a fire pit for my little brother in a heartbeat. And you know, just to have a little brother give back like that is just so awesome. I can't say enough. I'll show you a little bit more about this car. You know, I've seen this car before many times. You know, like I said, my dad bought it new. He drove it for about a little over a year. So anyway, it's got that eco motor where you push on the brake pedal and stop, and the motor stops to save gas, and then you take your foot off the brake and the motor starts up automatically again. You can see it's really dirty. You know, when we picked it up, I told my brother not to worry about cleaning it because, you know, it's going to get dirty out here, and we're going to be carrying 2 dogs in it. It gets great gas mileage, way better mileage than anything that I have, and better than the Navigator for sure. This thing uses about a quarter the amount of gas that the Navigator does. You know, it's not brand new. It's got some wear, and you know, I'm gonna go through and, you know, clean the whole thing up, get it set up for the dogs. You know, I'll probably clean up the outside really well. It's got a little extra air dam piece that they put on there to get scraped, so it doesn't scrape your actual bodywork. I looked under there. I'm probably going to take that off because you know, we're driving down dirt roads and there's a couple of high spots, and that thing is going to probably touch occasionally on the high spots. So if I take that off, it'll bring the level back up to what the sides are, and it'll have lots of ground clearance then. So but what a blessing. I mean, Sue is going to be taking a trip up to Oregon soon to visit her mom. And you know, and I know my mother-in-law is watching this. Hi, Mom. I miss you terribly. Don't worry. I'll be up eventually to visit. I really do miss you, Mom. And so yeah, it's a really cool car. You know, I got this bodywork popped out. I'll probably make a video of me trying to put that back in. Looks like I just have to take some screws and clips out, and I should be able to pop that right back on. It's got a really big trunk, so you know, when we go to town, we should be able to fill this thing up, I think, without too big a problems. So yeah, it's really great. My brother had just put a new set of tires on it. I already bought some stuff to do a tune-up on it, and it's just great. Like I said, I can't say enough. I love my little brother so much. He's gonna come out here and visit us this next weekend, so maybe one of these days he might want to be on camera. I don't know. Maybe one day you'll want to be on camera, Dave. The other thing, I finally got it here. This was my sister's tent trailer. And we're gonna set this up here as a little cottage for when people stop by, especially when my family comes, you know. My niece and nephew, this was their mom's tent trailer, and we went to sell it and people were only offering like $800 for it, so we decided to keep it. And we just towed it here yesterday, and I just got it here and I just set it up. I haven't done anything to it yet. I haven't cleaned it, but let's see if I can do a little tour in here. It's a little dark. Let me see if I can open up some curtains, maybe get a little bit of light. But it's got looks like a twin bed on one side, and right now the whole tent trailer is in the shade of the tree, and it's got a king size bed on the other side. It's got this cool you know, older, you know, kitchen sink counter thing. It's got a little tiny propane fridge, little tiny furnace. Let's see, when you put this in, this whole thing folds down like this for when it stores, when you put it all back together. I just thought that was really cool. You know, it's a cozy little place. You know, there's plenty of room in here for my nephew and his wife and kids, you know, or anybody else that comes to stay. You know, the sides do blow around, but right now with it sealed up, there's absolutely no wind in here at all. So I found that to be really nice. You know, it needs to be cleaned up. I need to go through and, you know, I'm going to clean this thing up. I'm going to check over all the systems and work on getting everything working, so when somebody comes to stay, it'll be all ready to go for them. But I thought I'd make a quick video and show all this, and I apologize about the wind. I was setting up to do this morning and there was absolutely no wind, and literally the second I stepped out the door, the wind picked up. It's a common thing out here. One of these days I'll get a nice mic setup, but right now I have to concentrate on what I am spending my funds on. So real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to my awesome little brother Dave, and give a shout out to my departed sister. You know, she's gonna live on here on our property. You know, we plan on keeping this place for pretty much ever. More than likely we'll pass this on to the younger members of our family, and hopefully this place, Moon Ranch here, will just live on, and my sister's stuff will live on here. I'd also like to send a shout out to Uncle Sam. Thank you for the stimulus. The stimulus allowed me to upgrade quite a few different things that we had, and I really appreciate that a lot. It means a lot. I'm a patriot, and I appreciate when my government does something for me that I like. So yeah, there it is. I checked over the battery, and I already added some distilled water to it, and I didn't video the process I did on the battery, but what I did for the battery is, I saw this on some videos on YouTube. I filled it up with distilled water, and then I put my 150 amp charger on there, and I put it on with the lids off. I put it on for 150 amps for took about 45 minutes, and you do it until you start to see each one of the cells boil. And what that does is it desulfates the plates and takes a dead battery and brings it right back. And this wasn't dead, but it was brand new and had been let sit, so it got down into the 10s as far as the voltage, and that usually is the death sentence for a battery. So I did that to bring it back, and I had this thing charged up to 12.8 when it left, when we left my brother's house over a month ago, and I checked it yesterday and it's still in the mid 12.7s. So that means that it's it's still got some life there, so I shouldn't have a problem. This is just basically going to run the furnace. There's no water pump on this thing. There's no toilet. There's no plumbing. I'm pretty sure the sink drains directly onto the ground. So yeah, and this tank here makes now 7 of those little tanks that I have. So yeah, every time I go fill up, I got plenty. Yeah, I got to change them out a little more often, but I have to use the lighter tanks so that, if there was a situation where Sue had to lift them, she's got to be able to lift them. I mean, the weight difference between, they don't make very many different sizes. You've got your 20 pound, your 40 pound, and your 80 pound tanks, and the 40 pounds are heavy. They're really heavy, and the 80 pounds are ridiculously heavy. So, but yeah, it's it's a little rough here and there. I've got some cleanup to do on it and some restoration. But I think it's going to make an awesome small cottage here. I kind of took the cue from Aja. She's gonna restore Panda and have it be a cottage for friends and family that come. And yeah, I just think it's great. Finally got it here. I had intended on bringing this here 3 other occasions, but one time I forgot the receiver, and I'm not going to spend 25 bucks on another, or 30 bucks on another setup in town just because I forgot it. And then the other 2 times it had snowed and the roads were too trashed. I would have got this thing stuck in the mud. So there it is. And here's our new car. This is what we're going to use to go to and from town. This is going to allow us to take a lot more trips to town. I mean, here's the difference, okay? To go fill that up right now when it's empty is $100. To go fill this up when it's empty is $38. Big difference. And then how far will the car go on one tank? Probably another 100 miles farther than the Navigator would go on its same amount of gas. So the fuel savings is going to be just absolutely tremendous. And that's important. Yeah, it means another insurance card, unfortunately, and that's going to make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 inside there, and 5. So 5 things and then 6, the property. We have insurance on the property too. So wow, 6 different items now. Cool, running up a nice insurance bill. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I should give out a shout out to State Farm. We've had State Farm our entire lives, and I'm gonna keep it to myself, but you wouldn't believe what I pay per month for everything if I told you. Most people, you think I'm lying, it's so cheap. But when you have no incidents, no accidents, and you've been with the same company for 35 years, and you have everything with them and had a business with them and everything at one time, your rates get really good. And yeah, so anyway, if anybody's in the Arizona area, you don't have to be in the same town. I recommend Neil Rosenau. He's in Cottonwood, Arizona. Been our State Farm agent for most of my family for our entire, the entire time we've been in Arizona. My parents, my grandma, can't say enough. Their office, they go above and beyond. I can call them with anything and they're on it instantly. And that really means something. So anyway, I think I've babbled on long enough on this video. This week I'm going to be making a whole bunch of different videos, so there's going to be some cool stuff coming up. But it seems like every day I get ready to start on a project, then we end up with something that holds it up a little bit. And then I didn't expect to get the car quite so quickly. Basically, my brother had been looking for a new truck, and that was basically what the deal was. So yeah, it just came up. We had an opportunity to go get the car this weekend, and we have some different things coming up where we're going to need it for sure. So, and I want to thank everybody who donated for our friend Ellie. you know, like we said in the video, you know, she's in really good spirits, but she's not doing well, and we're going to be working on maybe finding a better alternative for her than to just stay in a motel by herself. So stay tuned, and we'll see what we can do for her. And anybody else, if you have anything to give, please do. You're going to really change how somebody gets to spend their last days on earth, and you know, I think that's important. So anyway, thank you for everybody who did that. Bless your hearts. Okay, more to come soon. I guess I had the camera the wrong way. Unfortunately, you're not going to get a professional cameraman with me. I'm trying and I'm learning a lot, but I often forget about light angles and things like that. And most of the time when I'm outside, I would go with my sunglasses off, but honestly, I can't see. So it's really bright out here. The sun in northern Arizona at this altitude is very intense. So yeah, a lot of times it's a matter of me being able to see in detail. So, but once again, thank you for everybody, and shout out, thank you Uncle Sam, thank you Dave, my brother, thank you my sister. I really appreciate it, and thank you for everybody who watches and participates in the comments. I really appreciate it, and there'll be more good stuff to come.